Hi, good morning. Today I decided I'm going to talk about one of my goals that I get a little bit embarrassed that this is one of my goals, but then I've gone back and forth with the whole desire map and the concept of figuring out why you want something to be your goal and why it's such a focus and what feelings you really want that achievement or that goal to create. I've done a lot of reflection and self-assessment, and basically losing weight is really important to me because of the feeling that I want to have. Now, am I going to be a different person if I lose this weight? No, not really. But in some ways, yes. So that's the thing that I keep going back to is like, I don't want to be superficial. I don't want my whole life to be about not accepting what I am. This body has had 3 children. I've been through a lot of things, like perhaps this is just my genetics. All these kind of reasons that I try to pull away from that being an important goal. And I just have to be honest with myself that this is a really critical goal that I am going to take the time and put the energy into as if it was a professional degree or as if it was a missions project or if it was my full-time job, because what I know that I will feel and what I desire to feel at the end of this weight loss period is a rejuvenation and a sense of this energy that will help empower me to do the rest of the goals that I really want. The expression that if you don't have your health, what do you have? Now, being skinny and beautiful doesn't necessarily mean being healthy. So that has helped me to think about why I want to lose weight and then the path that I should take to get there. There's so many things that are very, very confusing as weight loss and the journey to get there and what works and what doesn't. And it doesn't always work the same for everybody. So the whole concept of like, well, if you put this many calories in, you will get this much energy back. And if you burn more than what your body needs, then you will drop the weight. Well, that simplistic approach has not been, it actually hasn't worked for me. There is usually a slow weight loss. You could probably lose like half a pound to a pound based on my body type, but it has not been easy to maintain. And then I plateau, and to some degree, I end up slowing my metabolism down, and it's not been helpful. I have made a very clear weight loss goal if I want to lose 80 to 85 pounds. The reason I'm not just like saying a rigid number is because I have a feeling that when I lose this weight, I'll have a different barometer for what I expect my body to be. If I was to lose all the way down to what I was, before I had children, it would be like 100 pounds. But I know that my body has changed. I know that muscle and just general appearance and the way that my body deposition is, it's just going to not be exactly what it was when I was younger. So I feel like that goal allows me to get to the point where I will be healthy, full of energy, and still strong. So what has worked for me before, and this is a little bit embarrassing to admit, is I actually did the ideal protein diet. Not that being on that diet was embarrassing. It actually was a very helpful, successful weight loss for me. I lost in about 4.5 months. I lost 40 pounds. So that was pretty significant. And I felt like I was on my path to really being successful with that. So the question has gone back and forth in my mind, like, should I just go back to that? Should I just go do that again? Because that was helpful. And it's possible that we'll see as this evolves that maybe I will go receive the help. Jana Brown is actually our local person here. She is fantastic and was very, very helpful. But what I had happen in my life is some personal choices and things that kind of threw me off. I did go on a missions trip to Honduras, and it's very difficult, nearly impossible to eat for ketosis unless you brought all of your meals in the form of shakes, because there's not a lot of meat options, and hydration is even tricky there. You get kind of like puffy by the end of the trip just trying to maintain your fluids and things, and you're eating a lot of carbs, just beans and things like that. Anyhow, sorry, things keep pushing on here. So anyway, the point is I am going to try something that I feel innately will work for me, and that is a ketosis diet with the macronutrients that are very similar to what I was on the ideal protein, but with green smoothies as my first 2 meals of the day. And the reason I want to do that is because the way I want to feel. I want to be on some natural anti-inflammatories because that's been an issue for me. So things like garlic, turmeric, ginger. I'm going to try to incorporate those into my diet as well, and I'll be very specific. I'm going to literally log. I'll probably use MyFitnessPal, or I might just even journal it so that people who want to follow exactly what I've done can do that. As I'm successful, they can see, well, this is what I do on, day one through the end of the time that I'm on this journey. And if I end up saying, you know what, I really need the accountability, the structure, the help, the easy food to take with me that something like Ideal Protein or another weight loss group does, I'm not going to feel any shame about that, because absolutely there's no necessity in reinventing the wheel when other people have gone before you and done things, which is kind of the point of me trying to record this. Perhaps I'll do it and you'll be able to follow behind my journey. And then I will talk about the things that derailed me from my last weight loss as well in some point, because it took me a while to figure out, like, what the heck happened? Why did you do that to yourself? And, how do we get back on track? But that'll be another video. So for now, the whole goal setting concept of what do I want to feel like? I want to feel just this rejuvenation, this vitality of having my health back. So that's the goal. There's the very specific amount, 80 to 85 pounds, and then a very specific duration. So I'm only going to do a ketosis diet for 5.5 to 6 months total, because I don't think there's a lot of different data on this as far as medically, but I don't believe that that's going to be something that's sustainable for my whole life to be exactly on that. I want to go to more of a whole foods eating after that. But so that's my goal, that's my duration, and I'm going to break it down into little bite-sized pieces, which I'm using the tools of my Best Self Journal and my MyFitnessPal, and just a daily food journal to make sure that I am being accountable for what I eat, being conscious and aware of it, which is a huge step, and then just celebrating the little mini victories at the end of the day, like, hey, great job, you drank all your water, or great job, you stayed within your caloric expectations for the day. So this is not easy for anybody who's ever tried to do weight loss, because what ends up happening, especially with people who are busy, is that we let everything get in the way except for like what we're supposed to do for ourselves that day. So you just eat whatever's near you, whatever kid food, whatever fast food, but you have to be sort of giving yourself a plan and having an expectation of discipline each day. So that's my goal. I've so far been on track today, and I think I'm going to provide a link for a way for you guys to kind of follow this along as I go, and you can kind of see my log every day and see kind of where I'm at. So additional accountability for me, and if somebody wants to join in before this is complete, that will be possible. All right, have a great day and be blessed. Bye.